So it looks like that Netanyahu and Donald Young Fuhrer, it looked like they got gay married at the recent press conference. So you had the President of America and the illegal dictator, genocidal piece of shit Netanyahu was doing a press conference, and Donald Trump had suggested that he was going to force Egypt and Jordan to take in 1.7 million Palestinian people. Well, Egypt and Jordan said that they're not going to do it, and I got some details. But since we're talking about displacing 1.7 million Palestinian people, if you divided them up over 50 states, that would be 34,000. So if Donald Trump wants to take Gaza because it's got nice beachfront property, and then you got all those oil fields, plus there's the ongoing genocide, ethnic cleansing Holocaust of our times that he wants to carry on, because Donald is just Joe Biden 2.0. Donald is just Israel first, America second, third, fourth. If you're not first, you're last, right? So Israel is going to be... But you got 60% of Alaska is owned by the federal government. 75% plus of Nevada is owned by the federal government. You got wide open spaces in the western states. Wyoming, Montana, Idaho, Oregon, Washington. There's plenty of space for 1.7 million people. So he's saying since Gaza has already been demolished, well, hell, we're just going to keep them out of there. We're going to put them into Egypt. We're going to put them into Jordan. Why does he think that he could force 1.7 million Palestinians into Jordan and Egypt? Well, in some respects, America owns Egypt and Jordan. Egypt and Jordan both are propped up by our U.S. aid. We give Israel and Egypt the most U.S. aid out of all the nations in the entire world. Egypt is run by a dictator. In fact, Donald Trump said that al-Sisi is his favorite dictator, which that's fucking awesome, right? Because he loves fucking dictatorships. So what does his favorite dictator say? Egypt, al-Sisi says he's absolutely not going to do any displacement. He's not going to compromise his national security. He's not going to take any Palestinians into Egypt. He's for a two-state solution. He says that displacement of the Palestinian people is an injustice. It won't be tolerated, nor will it be allowed. He also said that the people of Egypt would erupt, if not just protest, outright riots. There's going to be an insurrection. If you push Egypt to take in 1.7 million Palestinian people, it's not even that they don't want Palestinians there, it's just that that's their land. We're supposed to do a two-state solution. So not only do we give them billions of dollars with U.S. aid that he could pull, Egypt also owes $153 billion worth of debt. So just like China owns America with all, the money that we borrowed from them, Egypt is owned by America because of all the money we have lent to them. Jordan is saying the exact same thing. They are firm and unwavering. They're for a two-state solution. The entire world supports a two-state solution. How come we haven't done a two-state solution, Donald? Are you not strong enough to keep the ceasefire agreement going? Can you not do a two-state solution? You know how you do a two-state solution? You tell Israel to stay on one side and Palestine on the other. And if it takes American boots on the ground, then it takes America's boots on the ground. Israel has been totally fucking America over. We say two-state solution and they say, nope, we're going to fucking genocide. They've totally plunged our moral credibility in the entire world. The American people are sick and fucking tired of the Holocaust of our times. We're sick and tired of this goddamn genocide. That's the reason why we threw out Kamala. We didn't want no fucking Biden or Kamala. You had 19 million people that didn't vote, that voted for Biden, that didn't vote for Kamala. Why? Because the younger generation don't give a flying fuck about no genocide. You want to kill babies every fucking day? You all don't have no goddamn souls. You're a bunch of evil motherfuckers. So you had a joint statement between Qatar, Jordan, the United Arab Emirates and Saudi Arabia and Egypt and the PLO and the League of Arab Nations. They all met in Cairo, Egypt, and they said no displacement. We're not going to move the Palestinians anywhere. They're going to stay right there in Palestine. That's where they are. That's where they've been the entire time. Truman, he says, whenever you move 5 or 6 million people into an area where there's 5 or 6 million people already living, well, you're going to have some issues. Yeah, such as the 5 or 6 million people that you're putting 5 or 6 million people on top of. I bet you the original 5 to 6 million people will be pretty pissed off. So the joint statement said that they are for a two-state solution. They're not going to support any displacement. They're not going to support any new settlements, no illegal settlements, no more encroachments, no more demolition of the homes, and no land annexation. Well, that's interesting because America, Donald Trump just said he's going to take Gaza over. The face of America, the monarch, the head of state, is going to take Gaza over. It's got good beachfront property. It's already a demolition zone. So he doesn't want them to go into their blown up buildings. Well, the Palestinians are willing to go and live in their blown up buildings, and they're ready to rebuild. Donald Trump says he's confident that he could force Egypt and Jordan to take 1.7 million Palestinian people. I don't hate the idea of taking Palestinians into America. We're going to take their goddamn land. We're going to support a fucking genocide. Let's build them some nice, condominiums here. Let's build them some nice towns right here. There's plenty of federal government land for them to live on. People are trying to say that Donald is a man of peace. Yeah, my ass, he's a man of fucking peace. He's already started his bombing campaign in Somalia. Yeah, they're saying it's against ISIS, so the Somalian government and Donald is okay with it. But I also heard that Al-Shabaab was owned by mostly small businesses, or that Al-Shabaab was actually supported by small businesses. So is this a people's movement against a dictatorship in Somalia? Mr. Man of Peace is already bombing people in Somalia. Now the reason why Donald thinks that he could flex his muscles, flex American power upon Jordan, because Jordan is completely dependent on U.S. aid, on American foreign aid. So Jordan actually is very vulnerable to Donald's Nazi boots. Donald and Elon is just like Hitler and Goebbels. Goebbels was the minister of propaganda, and so is Elon. Jordan relies on $1.45 billion per year from America. Where does that $1.45 billion per year from America go? It goes to their police. It goes to their military. Israel and Egypt take most of the American taxpayer money when it comes to U.S. aid, the foreign aid, which he just froze recently. So I guess he's just doling out U.S. aid as he feels like. But just like Egypt, Jordan is constantly having to deal with their unruly population. The people of Jordan, the people of Egypt is sick and fucking tired of the goddamn genocide. They're sick and tired of America and Israel bombing the shit out of a bunch of children. Okay, 1,200 people died on October 7th, we got you. But 300,000 people have been murdered in Palestine. That's not an eye for an eye, that's an eye for 100 eyes. That's no way, shape, or form is that goddamn justice. That's not justice. Justice is eye for an eye. So if you pull $1.45 billion away from Jordan, they don't have any police or military, and you're going to try to pull that funding away from them in order to put the Palestinians, displace them into Jordan, then expect Jordan to erupt, if not protest and outright riots. So I think that the Arab nations are expecting Donald to force a two-state solution, because that's the only thing that they are willing to agree to. But he's talking about the Palestinian people as if they're just kind of, you could just pick them up in the palm of your hand and then just kind of set them over here, set them over there. It reminds me of Ben Carson. When Ben Carson was like, can't you just move that landmass, down south somewhere? Move Palestine into Idaho. That'll solve your problem, Donald. If you're not willing to provide land yourself, why would you expect others to?